100,000 Liberian dollars and up to 1 million Liberian dollars. For these amazing prices, dial *255 *1#. Again, dial *255 *1#. The more you play, the better your chances. It's Win Liberia Cash Giveaway on Freedom FM.
I would not know if it's wrong, but one thing that I was not able to accomplish that I wanted to accomplish was after the war, the Liberian people elected me, and in fact, the Liberian people elected me to unite the country. I was not able to get some of the other factional leaders to return to Liberia. I was not able to get one or two of the political leaders to return. And I think they helped to provoke the situation. I was able to do a whole lot. Strangely, the LPC, these were all warring factions, and all of the other warring factions, I was able to bring them into government. In fact, most of the combatants that fought for the government during the war were the combatants of the warring factions that fought against me. So I accomplished bringing them together. I accomplished making sure that the issue of tribalism went away in Liberia. But I mean, to a great extent, I think most Liberians now, if you went to Liberia and took a poll, they would say Mr. Taylor did his best.
Any other regrets?
The second regret is that I was never able to get the United States to understand me. I was never able to get them to work with me, which is so essential for Liberia. No president of Liberia, no president can make it successfully unless he is online with Washington. Now, I'm not the type of guy that you can pick up a telephone and command. I don't take that. I didn't take that from Washington. Then, even if I were elected president, I would not take it. I'm not that kind. I'm not a coward. But I do believe that a good working relationship is essential for any president of Liberia, or that president will fail.
These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Boakai, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired. Okay. Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him paper. Every day I gotta buy a paper. There's a man who bought me paper before. Mm-hmm. I'm buying paper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he insisted, he said, when you run for one term, he insisted. I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest, find somebody else.
The country that my nation last, and I was elected duty as a senator, you give me confirmation power. But I'm coerced to confirm people. So with people who say that the vice president and myself will not work together, I think the vice president doesn't want to work with me. I want to say clearly to the public so they can understand. We have been subjected like a bare ball, and I Samuel Kuga not going to accept that. Once I was elected as a senator of the country, I must be given the opportunity to recommend my citizen. It is my fiduciary responsibility. I can't sit now, a group of citizens crying on me for job. Then one individual supersedes everything he does, the country work, he does the nation work. Then who am I? If a vice president goes to the president and says, well, Nima Kandi and my country live with me, out of courtesy, teamwork, he will listen to him. But in my mind, the vice president should reciprocate. He and mother, he can go to the vice president or the president to say that anything that has to do, please refer to me. Equally so. When we make recommendations, it should be accepted as a legislator of the country. Then show good faith. But you cannot be the only one that will take the shot. Then we live on a wayward. No, I don't think that's the proper way for us to go. And our Samuel Kuga will not accept it. I can tell you for free. where the period of time that the Nima people elected me for, the time elapsed, and they want to take their job, fine. But the Nima people know this, and I was elected duty as a senator. You gave me confirmation power. But I'm coerced to confirm people. So with people who say that the vice president and myself will not work together, I think the vice president doesn't want to work with me. I want to say it clearly to the public so they can understand. We have been subjected like a bare ball, and I Samuel Cook are not going to accept that. Once I was elected as a senator of the country, I must be given the opportunity to recommend my citizen. It is my fiduciary responsibility. I can't sit now, a group of citizens crying on me for job. Then one individual supersedes everything he does, the country work, he does the nation work. Then who am I? If a vice president goes to the president and says, well, Nima Kandi and my country live with me, out of courtesy, teamwork, he will listen to him. But in my mind, the vice president should reciprocate. He and mother, he can go to the vice president or the president to say that anything that has to do, please refer to me. Equally so. When we make recommendations, it should be accepted as a legislator of the country. Then show good faith. But you cannot be the only one that will take the shot. Then we live on a wayward. No, I don't think that's the proper way for us to go. And ask Samuel Koga will not accept it. I can tell you for free. Where the period of time that the Nima people elected me for, the time elapsed, and they want to take their job, fine. But the Nima people know that I'm somebody who is a straight talker, and they know that I can defend them, fine. I don't think that is the way we're supposed to go. We need to respect each other in this country. Politics should not be because I got the upper hand, so therefore I can suppress anybody. No, for me, I'm a water. When you tie me on the other side, I can bust another way to make way for me to live. And what I'm saying here is what's happening. It's not secret. The vice president is listening to people that all that meant that pretty soon he will be vice president running me to somebody. So he believes in it. Maybe he want to elevate me. My disappointment is, number one, now the vice president often tell me, since he got a seat as vice president, how many persons have I recommended in this government to serve in the government as presidential appointee? 0. Every appointment in Nima Kandi was done by him. He and I will discuss something as a brother. To implement it, you will bypass me and do different things. I better keep it. I don't talk on it. Look at what happened in district number 5. If my brother sincerely want to work with me, he's not listening to gossip. And we're working in harmony with respect to each other. You don't think he's supposed to call me and say, my man, the election here. Why you're thinking? Because you are the one over there. Anybody that is regular man, I will declare support for that person. It's a dumb deal for me to knock my chest in the district and say, we're carrying the person. And the vice president said, no objection. The senator who came from there, the senator of the country said that the person, one a party mandate will support the person. But on the contrary, that we agree on something, you deviated from it. If I had gone already to challenge that I will support Agosi Mekwa by all means, or I will support Dori Badie by all means, openly declare, and he's supporting Koto, how the world will look at us. So as an elderly person, I decided to waive everything and say I will not do it. I will be neutral. My neutrality was based on endurance, but I will fight and fear disgrace in my own district. He doesn't want to lead the neck of Nima County. When you are elected as a senator, it is a full responsibility to take charge of the country. Not vice president, not president. Do you guys want me to sit supinely and be happy when this such a thing is going on? Then what made me senator? Even the party that the old man left for all, may his soul rest in peace. I'm looking there like an ostracized person. You don't dignify me. You want to tell me I'm not organized? Why you think the Limapo elected me as a senator? And that respect is not given to me. We should respect each other. Whosoever attempting to intimidate me with voodoo, with sound of intimidation to say we'll bring somebody to do this, the Liberian way they say that vla. I will die natural death. Nobody will kill me. Because when you kill me, that beat you and you will be cursed. The curse will forever remain on your head, and blood stain will remain on your hair, and you will not survive easily. You will end up with disgrace. How can you think, or why would you even think to take away somebody's life? For what? Then the police will know up to, you report their case to, they don't take record on the individual. Can you imagine? So if I were to die here, like, yeah, Shari, nobody will talk about it. Say, oh, but I remember, say, what get sugar, why you die for? Is that putting all kind of sickness or disease on me?
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Wherever you are following me. This is Freedom Heart Talk. Back again. April 13, 2026. A fresh edition of the program Freedom Heart Talk. Yeah, on Freedom FM 87.9. It's back on your show on Monday, the 13th day of April 2026.
So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow that citizens to be?
So to our critics, all of you that support us, our fans,
you use us and little abuse us. So why?
our antas,
Why?
those that are down with us, those that think what we do here benefits the country, and those that think we are not in their line. I want to say welcome to you on the Monday's edition of the program Freedom Heart Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. My name is Junkies Morris. And I'm here alone tonight again. I will take a quick break to shut the beat back after recognizing a word from our sponsors, those that power this show, Freedom Heart Talk, especially Crime Stopper Liberia, Win Liberia, and Bogonjire Group of Company. Coming soon will be K Agro Hub to also be added. But basically, as I take a quick break, I will be returning. Like one guy said, I want a day to go fast. Junkies Morris, I want you to go on that platform to blast these scaffolds again. And so I'm here to dig deep into VP Kong position on Liberia's resources, especially listening to Samuel Koga, the senator of Nimba County, speaking of the excessive greediness of the vice president. That will be dealt with in detail as I take a quick break and be back. And other issues to discuss. The CDC press conference today held at the temporary headquarters there in Cinco. The position statement from the executive committee of the CDC. The chairman voice will be played here, Honorable Janga Augusta Cole.
Indeed, and now you need to deceive us. We saw
and Major Koji blasts and talks tough and fires back at the Deputy Speaker Thomas Pankafala. Is B Mountain under Manning, Liberia? Are they under Manning Cape Mount? Or is Cape Mount on top of a bunker that is being carved by B Mountain? Pursuing resources and allowing the entire Cape Mount to tilt on the brink of a tsunami or maybe a landslide. We will dig deep into that when I am back after taking a quick break on the program Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9.
People lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie. I said we tired with their life.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand for the right authority. And we can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you wish or you poor. If you see her, you must talk it. I mean, you check it. You work for safety. If you see her, don't keep it. You must cry to report. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Are you seeking financial empowerment, dreaming of building your future? Then your solution is Bokonjide Group of Companies. Bokonjide, your trusted partner in microfinance, construction, and general services. We provide microfinance for many institutions like House of Representatives, the Liberian Senate, National Port Authority, Governance Commission, LRA, Gender Ministry, Corporate Development Authority, GAC, and Other Lines Ministry and Agency, with a percentage range from 15% to 20%. At Bokonjide, we understand your aspiration, your goals, and your dreams. That's why we offer tailored microfinance solutions designed to uplift individuals and communities alike. Whether you are an entrepreneur with a vision or a family aiming for a better tomorrow, our microfinance services pave the way to financial independence. But that's not all. Bokonjide Group of Companies doesn't just stop at microfinance. Our expert construction team brings your architecture dreams to life. From residential to commercial projects, we craft spaces that inspire, innovate, and endure. And when it comes to general services, Bokonjide is your one-stop destination. From facility management to logistics, we ensure seamless operation every step of the way with our apartment rental and furnished apartment for long and short-term stay.
you will enjoy the luxury of comfort. Join the thousands who have entrusted their dreams to Bokonjide. Experience unmatched professionalism, dedication, and integrity. With Bokonjide Group of Companies, your success is not just a goal, it's our mission. Visit our Capital Building office or find us in the Royal Garden Plaza on Crown Hill, Broad Street, or call today 0770-520-958 or 0777-017-603 or 0886-622-599 or email Bokonjide Group of Companies at gmail.com. Bokonjide Group of Companies, microfinance, construction, general services, your partner in progress. New Day, do something.
The content of my ministry lasts, and I will let
Win big today with Win Liberia on Freedom FM. Yes, for just $100 Liberian dollars or 50 cents United States dollars, you can win from 4,000 Liberian dollars up to 10,000 Liberian dollars. And for $200 Liberian dollars or $1 United States dollar on Japa days, you can win from 15,000 Liberian dollars, 50,000 Liberian dollars, 100,000 Liberian dollars, and up to 1 million Liberian dollars. For these amazing prizes, dial *255*1#. Again, dial *255*1#. The more you play, the better your chances. It's Win Liberia Cash Giveaway on Freedom FM.
Welcome back. Thanks to Crime Stopper Liberia, thanks to Win Liberia and Bokonjide Group of Company. Those are our partners that power this show. So that's why we have to always take words from them. So a big thank you to Crime Stopper Liberia. They are doing exemplary well in making sure that crimes are curbed in and around Monrovia and its environment, and making sure that the country is safe and civilized. So I want to say thanks to you and to all of you that are following. Let me quickly recognize you there, those of you that are following via our social media live stream, and all of you that are following via the radio and whatever means you are using. I want to say welcome to the platform, and this is Freedom Hard Talk, Freedom FM 87.9, and my name is Junkies Morris. I'm here alone. Austin Kawa is out there. Jamons G. Yanombo Morris is following there from Plebo City, Maryland County. Sarah Tule is following me there. Oh, good evening to you. There in the United States, good afternoon. Mom Sarah Tule, thanks for always following. She's following me there from New York. That is the United States of America. Agatha Glasgow is watching from Tinkers Village, RIA. She says where the common people, citizen, children live. And Honorable J.D. Williams is following. Thanks for following from Johnsonville. Mohammed Balo says, I'm following. Koiboy Widow, I'm following from Kakata, Maigibi County. Emmanuel Sendo says, I'm watching you from Woodcamp or Woodcamp. It should be Woodcamp. To be precise, red light. Juje Wonwe, I'm following. Juje Wonwe, I'm following. Boima Obento KD, I'm following closely. Joe Zau, following. Chairman Brave 05A Committee is following. Alfonso Boku is following from the fire service substation on Ashmore Street. Erin Kobe Dishu is following. Master P. George Vlendi there is following. G West, thanks for following. And James Potter is also following. Dr. P. He's following. Lawrence Morba is following. Alfonso Boku, yes. Stephen Fowler Jr. is watching, maybe from Gardnersville, Chinkinsu Factory. Valerian Brown is watching me, is following me there from her resident. She's watching live this evening. John Dolo is following. He says, I'm following you live, comrade. We are 2029 show. Robert Patrick McLeod. We are coming back, man. Musa A. Sharif, I'm watching you live from New Georgia, Gardnersville. Alfred Kaidi, good evening, Freedom. I'm following from King George. That's Alfred Kaidi following from King George. That's Grand Cayman County. Freeman Menet Sylvester, I'm following you from Guinea. Kanka region, second largest city. That's Guinea. Senyon Washington, I'm watching you from Grand Creek County. Junior Jekba, good evening, brother. I'm watching you from Minnesota. Brother Tifa is getting crazy. He says, Mailu F. Ofana, I'm following from 20th Street. Hats off to you, Aminata Williams. You supposed to be celebrating your birthday on May 10th. Hats off to you. Thanks for following the show. And to you, Noah Crawford, the April people. The April people do plenty. DJ Marvel will do that one for you. Issa Talk or Talk by. You celebrating on the 15th. All of you, thanks for following. And strictly to the issue. Rabos Sleon, thanks very much for what you do for country, monitoring you from New Jersey. That's the United States of America. So basically, jumping into our talking points, like I said to you, B Mountain is undermining the Cayman region. Josie Miron, welcome. B Mountain is undermining the Cayman region because B Mountain is not being monitored. The operations are not being evaluated, and proper surveillance is not being taken on the operations of B Mountain there in the Western Cluster. That's why B Mountain is doing what she's doing. So B Mountain undermining and the land there in Cape Mount by going as far as place that was not agreed on in the MDA, that's the Mineral Development Agreement, and using the fact that they have the capacity to, let's say, undermine and dig way under to create bunkers as if they were authorized. And I don't think that it is possible that the government will give B Mountain authorization to mine, and that no one will be seeing them money, sending money from under and just digging under, chasing the gold and the mineral, just digging under until they reach Montreal, the power of Montreal, until they reach Harper, Maryland. I don't think the government will give B Mountain that authority or that authorization. B Mountain is only proceeding in that way because B Mountain is not being monitored, not being evaluated, and B Mountain does not have any strict surveillance on them in regards to standards that guard international agreements in the case of B Mountain and Liberia. So B Mountain, it cannot be blamed. B Mountain is just having a carte blanche. She has a blank check to operate what way she wants to operate, however way she wants to dig Liberia, even if she wants to dig Liberia until there will be tsunami, and that B Mountain will even want to bring in the bunker buster bomb to explode our mountains, to just take everything for themselves, we can blame B Mountain. I listen to young people up and down with this debate. You can blame B Mountain. Why you can blame B Mountain? Because B Mountain is operating under a government. We are now running a kleptocratic form of government. Neither are we running a corporatocratic form of government where corporate entities and institutions, corporate individuals take charge of major decisions within the country and they call the shots. This is not the form and system of government we are running. We are in a democratic dispensation, a worldwide standard of governance. So are you expecting Junkies Morris to go after B Mountain? No, the Constitution on Article 17, even we go back to Article 1, it only gave Junkies Morris the authority to prevail on his government because it is the government under Article 7 that provides for the proper management of our country's resources. So I will not be brave as a journalist, investigative journalist, to take my microphones and whatever media tool to B Mountain to prevail on B Mountain to doing the right thing. If B Mountain insists after I leave, maybe when I'm there, they try to put themselves together. If they insist to continue what they were doing after I leave, they will continue it because when I'm leave, let's say when I leave from there, I will not just go back there. I will only come with the information that they gave me at the time, and that will be the information at my disposal. But the regular monitoring and evaluation of activities of B Mountain is what will provide a clue as to whether B Mountain is in compliance or B Mountain is outside functioning in their own domain, in their own mind, and based on their own thinking and discretion, and not in line with the laws of our country, particularly laws establishing the relationship or the agreement between Liberia and their company. So it is onus on the government as the responsible entity based on constitutional provisions to manage properly our resources so that we all benefit. And the benefit has to do with, as our resources are being exploited, there should be standards, structures, and architectures put in place that environmental safety will be considered. The environment will be high on the agenda. Health, the issue of health will be of major concern. The company will not be operating as if it is operating in a gangster paradise. The company will be operating in line with standards, procedures, regulations, and guidelines that are internationally set for all nations around the world to practice. Because, mind you, B Mountain, whatever country B Mountain is from, B Mountain does not have that gust. She does not have the temerity to do what she's doing in Cape Mount in the country that she come from. I don't know the country that they come from because most often they can be joint ventures, to allow flexibilities as they acquire those contracts, agreements, conventions, statutes, and treaties. So sometimes they come from different countries and mix up. But I say the government is weak because In fact, it is alleged. I was on this platform, Austin and myself, we were here the last time. Somebody called from the company, even called his name, said he was not hiding and waiting if the company was going to sack him. He was willing to accept that result. And he said the company is polluting the waters there. The company is undermining the land there in Cape Mount. Like you dig at Freedom FM here, and nobody sees whatever digging that is going on, but you are all the way in Raleigh, passing by Raleigh, going to Kakata with your digging, but nobody knows that you are digging on. So from Freedom FM here, immediately Junkies Morris goes down with his forklift. He can be seen and can be heard until he's somewhere around Kakata. That the kind of digging that B Mountain doing. They'll say that B Mountain will blame. How you blame B Mountain? You can blame B Mountain because the laws provides for people going in violations to bear the penalty. Every law around the world, even before laws were established by human beings, the rules and gentleness for good manners that God sent to us on this earth, whether through the prophet Muhammad, whether through Moses, whether through the people that brought the Bible, so to speak, the laws are already set. All the laws we are living by today, they were predicated on those laws set in a box, sent down to us by God himself. So there, even if you are the last, if you are the best intellectual cleric in town, and you wear the I would say the cleanest white the world have ever experienced. As long as you violate the law, you are punishable by the law. Yeah, if it was not so, God wouldn't have had issue with Satan. Yeah. The insistence of Satan to continuously violate the rules and gentleness, guiding principles set up by God, was what brought the wrath of God on him to be penalized. Same on earth. So everything we are doing, they are just being replicated by God Almighty. God set up these standards, these form and manners in which we can live with one another so that we live in peace and harmony. That's why the laws are also set so as to make them active. That somebody will now want to bring Bible first before they can abide by law. But the fact that they know rare West Point Court could easily clip their wings, they will be very careful. They don't have to wait for Sunday where the pastor will go. Maybe the pastor will not even punish them, or where the imam will go to a fast and other things. So that is the essence of setting up laws. So if B Mountain is in error with our laws, if B Mountain is encroaching on lands that they've not acquired through the MDA, the Mineral Development Agreement with Liberia, then it means B Mountain is liable to the weight of the law. There's no big deal about that. If the gravity of their actions, their perennial actions that have not been taken care of to the extent that our people are dying there from diseases that can be easily killed because of the high content chemical they are using there, and it having some spillover because there's no monitoring and evaluation by the government to make sure that they are in compliance with all of these things that have to do with the environment, health, and allowing the people to have the benefit of the concession there in their county. So all of these things, you can't blame them on B Mountain, but you blame them on the government. So this is my advice to Liberians. All Liberians, stop thinking happening to the table that Junkies Morris and alone talk about it, man. Junkie Morris, the man I from Maryland. For me, I'm from Lofa. We should drop that. In fact, you listen to the preamble of this show, the beginning. Former President Taylor said he tried his best to at least do away with the issue of tribalism. And I want to agree with him. Other people came, like in recent time, former President George Weah, who totally erased the issue of tribalism and embraced inclusivity, which has to do with inclusion of all sect, all background, all religious denomination, and making sure that the country come together. So forget about, I'm from Maryland, I'm from Grand Crew, I'm from Cape Mount, I'm from Lofa, I'm from Bapolu. So once it's happening to Bon County, I don't have a say. Look, this is a contemporary war. We don't need violence. Violences all around the world have not served the best interests of the people. They only complicated the already complex situation we are faced with as mankind. So all we do is to come together in peaceable manner to call on the government to do the needful. Like in this case, you can't go to B Mountain to say you won't be protesting around the place. The first thing, government had succumbed. That's why I continue to speak on the issue of corporatocracy in our country. Corporate institutions, corporate business tycoons should not have the right to call in the shots. It's wrong. These are some of the problems we are faced with in Cape Mount, in Lofa, in Nimba, and you see all around the place, to the extent that our land is being encroached on by Guineans because we are not able to the government headed by Mr. Joe Boakai is unable to contain the governance structure of his administration. This is a president that does not have any control in regards to the environment, that over and again our people just keep crying. We go to B Mountain to do fact finding. The fact findings are true to the extent the EPA, they are all involved with engaging B Mountain, carrying on investigation. At the end of the day, B Mountain, for sure, B Mountain is involved with chemical or overspilling that harming our people, causing harm for the environment, especially that we are all together fighting climate change. And B Mountain is having these excesses. The government under Mr. Joe Boakai, because they are receiving kickbacks to the extent they've employed or deployed armed men at the company's facilities, even though the company should have their PPDs that should protect their facilities. Excuse me. But the government does not see the need to provide security for Junkies Morris and Mansero Tule, who will soon be coming down to Liberia. Man Pharaoh L. Morris, who will soon be also coming out of to Morrisville. And my man, my bro, and other people. Austin is not being provided a security. In fact, the requisite entities that should be protected under the guise of security, protection, and intelligence are not being focused, but the companies have divided the less than 2,000 men we have in 2,000 or 3,000 at the Liberia National Police. They have divided them. CRC take their own, MOPP take their own, Golden Safeguard take their own, B Mountain take her own. Our police that should be mending life and property, they are serving foreigners. They are serving foreign investors who by right should provide security for their properties. There's nowhere in the world that a government will provide security for a concession company that's supposed to be doing the right thing in the interest of the government so that it trickles down to the citizen. Nowhere in the world. Only the weakling Bwaka government is allowing this and have deployed all of our police people around the place so you can go there to protest. So I conclude with my advice that you prevail on the Joe Bwaka hard to listen government, very adamant and arrogant government. You prevail on the Joe Bwaka government that is so deeply entrenched with corruption, for which they are blinded by the fact that Liberians are fed up. Liberians are only holding their peace because of the leader that they have, who does not want chaos in this country, who wants this place to remain peaceful, who wants Liberia and Liberians to live in tranquility, unity, and togetherness. That's why Bwaka and his bunch of thieves are still milking this country, and Liberians are just sitting idly and watching them. What I say to you, Liberians, use whatever means non-violent to call on Mr. Bwaka, because he's the head of state and head of government, to do the right thing so that you can have livelihood, so that you can be able to send your children to school, so that you can be able to put food on your table. Then you will have respect home as parents, so that at least you'll be able to build a lay zinra on your small parcel of land that you will buy. Prevail on Joe Bwaka. Leave B Mountain. It is Joe Bwaka that is opening the avenue for B Mountain to do what she's doing. The reason is simple. If the Minister of Labor goes to B Mountain, he takes his kickbacks, he turns around, comes back to Morovia, and continues normal business. And the perennial pollution of chemicals in the waters of our people that should be meant for cooking and drinking are not being flagged. Even though the EPA came up to raise such issue, an alarming issue that has to do with the welfare, the health of our people, the government still downplay on Joe Bwaka. So do you know what Joe Bwaka wants? For all of you to be eliminated. Joe Bwaka wants to annihilate Liberians, and I don't know his next plan, for which our land is being taken without any bloodshed, without any gun firing. Nobody fire one shot to just take our land. Liberian are overlooking it. It's just starting. That Joe Bwaka is silent. He even called the legislature for extraordinary session and did not include in that letter specifically the matter between we and Guinea, that Guineans are encroaching, invading, involving themselves with secessionism and occupation of our land. It means that Bwaka is unserious. Yes, I mean it. The president is unserious. If Mr. Bwaka was a serious man, But now B. Martin would have been under investigation. A fast-track committee would have been set up for B. Martin to undergo thorough forensic investigation that will allow speculations to be laid to rest. Because when the real information comes out, then our people will not be parading with speculation. Then our people stress, worries will be laid to rest. But that the government will be ignoring people talking about B. Martin, the polluting water, people dying about it, and Joe Parker acting he's not hearing it. It's almost like when rebels take over a particular territory and decide to rule over that territory. This is what Mr. Bwaka and his people are showing. Like they are running a rebel regime or a gangster team of administrators that don't want to see this place prosper and don't want to see Liberians thriving for the better. How will Bwaka year in, year out continuously ignore the B. Martin situation and can make quick intervention? And even vindicating while we continue to say that he's careless, don't care, and unserious about protecting this country and providing for the defense of this country, he extended it to Lofa, his own county, his hometown, where he's from, Foya. So Bwaka have already started selling the country. Then nothing else. But anyway, the CDC press conference will be addressed later, playing the voice of the chairman. Let me see whether it can be possible. Howbeit, look, when these things are happening, you do not expect Mayor Jefferson Tamakoiji, the Secretary General of the CDC, to sit when nobody to speak on behalf of the suffering majority of our people. That's why Major Jefferson Koji spoke tough and fires back at Deputy Speaker Fala and saying to him to carry the message, because he was on one of our sister's station spewing gibberish. I don't know when his unity partisanship started. I know that that flower never partisanship, mending fences, just on an opportunistic basis. You come and talk down on what made you. You are a fool to do that. So Mayor Koji was only clear to say to Representative Thomas Fala, who is the Deputy Speaker of the country, that go to your slave master, Mr. Joe Bwaka, your messenger, and inform him of happenings, because it seems, welcome Mr. Wellington Khan, former city mayor of Plibo Sorokan District, Plibo City. It seems that you people have forgotten so early. It seems that you are suffering from short memory, or maybe you are not up to date. So if you did not follow the Trump situation, even though I have some issues with his administration, but his triumphant re-entry to the White House is not too far from what will soon be history in not more than 3 years' time, when Dr. George Manen Sekosi legend Peculiar Perspicacious Weah will be returning to the executive mansion through our tireless efforts in making sure that our people are enlightened, that the Bouaka regime has no agenda, to the extent that all of the project your president, Mr. George Weah, Dr. George Manen Weah, initiated, where the project is decided to end so as to round it, because no way to wait. Even Sierra Leone said to visit Sierra Leone, President AEC, the president need visa. No friend. Got to be friendly with some of the companies, owners, CEOs, because no international friends. So maybe Fala is not up to date. So he was just being remanded by SG Jefferson Tamakoji of what's happening right now in Hungary. Oh, it means that I will have to add my voice to the former mayor and the Secretary General of the CDC, that Honorable Deputy Speaker, kindly follow what's happening in Hungary. More than 16 years. The voice of the people spoke. The will of the people subjected Viktor Orban to concede defeat. The long-standing strong man who had led Hungary with iron fist, Eastern socialist and communist ally, Viktor Orban, very tough, almost every time vetoing EU policies and programs, ousted by the will of the people. So Medakoji was only saying to you, Thomas Fala, get ready to go back on the playing field. Because if you be brave, even the people you are sitting before on that very platform you went to, they were just looking at you and laughing in silence. Because okay, thank you, my bro. B Martin, yeah. They're from Turkey. It's a Turkish company. You ought to carry out that nonsense in Turkey. The thing they're doing, where chemicals is overspilling all over the place. Chemical is there. You can do it in Turkey. So yeah, right there, my bro. Fala, that you sit to discuss to Rojo, he was a journalist. Yes, he was a journalist, and he was one of the greatest journalists the world have recorded after a meaningful time. He said, history is an early warning sign. Think about it and digest it. It means the fact that Junkies Morris was involved with selling Labrador plane. The only plane Labrador was depending on Air Labrador. Junkies Morris was involved with selling Air Labrador. Air Labrador bought new plane. Reasonable judgment calls or dictates that Junkies Morris should not be giving supervision over that plane. Because Junkies Morris had already dumping his reputation, his image, as assassinated his character. So how do you entrust Junkies Morris with another plane, even though you are aware that 17 years ago, after the killing of the president, that Junkies Morris had the proximity to authority, he peddled influence by selling a country plane. Is it possible that Labrador buy new plane? Then because you say Jongi Murray that the only man, Jongi Murray is very versed when it comes to aviation. He get idea there, so Jongi Murray must be the only person. If I been will pause that plane, Jongi Murray's, you can't take what that plane. We'll pause that plane and send people out to go for some now 1 year, 6 months training or 6 month training. We'll be doing a small JJ until we got people who can properly manage and take care. So the fact that one president who once upon a time served as Ministry of Agriculture stole and was sacked for stealing, you do not expect that person to change from stealing. He will always be involved with taking what belongs to him. And then you give him, a huge resources, a huge, diverse, resources platform to operate. You allow, an exacerbation of the situation of taking what is not yours. So what is happening is thinking that you are in power, you are in control, you are the leader, you preserve over everything, you will never move from there. They play for you, like your inheritance. So anything you want to do, you can do it. You just take everything and leave us in destitute, and nothing will come from out of it. So you are being fooled by the power. So that's why we keep reminding you, just to allow that when you leave power, the dignity of former presidents can be preserved. Because the fact that these criminal activities are going on under your guy, Mr. Bwaka, it can be left unnoticed or unchecked. Even if President Weah, because he's the presumptive president from 2030, that one is clear, is cast in stone, and is encrypted end to end. So it is not a debate. So if he comes to power and he does not want to prosecute who be criminals, like you people are milking the country resources, we will prevail on him using our different platforms. So you just forget about that one, that he will come here like Christian Cole again. Y'all leave that one. Y'all do the right thing. That's why we keep calling on you. Major Koji is saying to you, Tomo Fala, go and tell your slave master Joe Bwaka that 2029 is a no-go zone for ingrates. So Major Koji was saying to you, Deputy Speaker Fala, that 2029 is the turning point for Liberia to regain her dignity. 2029 is the time where Liberians will stand for Liberia, and miscreants like you will not suffice in the dispensation of a civilized community we decide to build from the level of the CDC under Weah leadership. So he's reminding you, he's a good guy. Mayor Koji is a good guy. He's just reminding you that these reckless verbiages being spewed by you are not called for as an ingrate, because no matter what you do, the last voodoo, like you people are always involved with doing, can be invoked. Consultations can be carried out through whatever means, whether with your rebel groupings you are forming, or whether with your so-called few international friends you have. The will of the people will prevail 2029 October. It will be a one-round victory, decisive of the will of the people. It won't be an indecisive victory against you, Mr. Joe Bwaka, you and Jeremiah Kun and Augustine Gafwan, Kula Fofana, Mo Ali, Amos Toy. It will not be about a greedy revenue who purport to be revenue, playing double dipping game around the place In fact, he says he's revving and is even advising the president to preclude those who associate themselves with the CDC and WIA from the governance structure of our country in violation of Article 5 of the Liberian Constitution that talks about inclusivity of all Liberians and encouraging them in governance or in the government architecture of Liberia. That the kind of people then we get, you say, who sort of go for second round. So it's a foregone conclusion, cast in stone, encrypted from end to end, that WIA is the next president of this country, and you people will need to take you. I don't know what of the father listening and Baka listening. I repeat, Major Koji is only reminding you guys that the will of the people, from the level of the first-time voters, the disenchanted unity partisans, the other political parties, members who have been ostracized and precluded from the architecture of governance, their anger will be a one-round resounding victory for WIA. So you are reminded, Thomas Fowler, I know power allows drunkenness, howbeit you will need to allow sobriety. Because when you are sober, then we have a conversation. When you are sober, for Thomas Fowler, just I get you prepared to go to your plane fee. Do what you do there. This is the greatest political institution the country have ever witnessed. Evidence of the fact that they've been excluded from government. They have no stake in the development process of our country, even though we are did otherwise. They have been outcast. No matter the knowledge, the education, even if the government money you use for you to go to school, instead you being included in the government to provide your expertise. And you, father, you come from nowhere because you want to stay, be around pecunium. You know, to like money business too much, it's good. But you still want, father. What you are doing, even before the Oxford Dictionary, before the Webster Dictionary, before the Encyclopedia Britannica, the Bible described, before all those books were written, the Bible described your action, Thomas Panka Fowler, your action as gluttony, meaning excessive greediness. Think about the children. Think about the children. Your fault. You, my man, are calling on you. The Blue Army. Think about the children. The other history I wanted to remind you of, it just passed. And I expected you to be very titan in what you do. Because when you are not meticulous in your actions as a leader, then you are involved with apologies, whole day, blame game, and you just become, incompetent. So the cowardice in Thomas Panka Fowler is being advised and reminded of the fourfolds of the CDC, which he knows better. Yes, he knows better. We refer to one another the Blue Army, the executive squad. So he knows well. He understands the numerics. He understands the numerics. So he's just fooling around, to be buying time so that he and Baka can still be having conversation and he can be protected, since it is just protection of his ill-gotten wealth he's after. He can be protected momentarily. I said, Thomas Panka Fala, you can be protected momentarily. Therefore, the head of the Blue Army, roll back your actions. They are not in line. They are not in conformity with those who struggle. You can be somebody who claim or purport to be a freedom fighter, then you are just dangling in decision making. You are just shifting alliances and just migrating from one end to another, cross-carpeting. And it's not consistent. Freedom fighters are consistent people. So, Tomo Fala, what do you come and tell our people? Let me just say this to you. You think I'll fool you. You'll be listening to the few Unity partisans who I remember in 2020. Yeah. Who were calling you thief far. They say you thief. Even though they were not lying. Yeah, they were calling you thief far. Row, tiffy, row. That's how you lost the election. So that the same people now, since you decided making fences with them, they are ringing praises on you. It's no issue. That's the will of God. But my kind of advice to you, you're for. The winds are blowing in the direction of only a George Weah. No Liberian, almost all of the conversations I have on a daily basis, no Liberian right now is willing to let Weah go off the presidency. To include Unity partisans. Maybe some of them will call on this show. Probably call on my own number. Okay, anyway, don't call my own number. I'm going live on my phone. Yeah, but they'll call on the show. Unity partisans. Some of them have called here. Some of them have associated with the party. They have gotten nothing. Some of them have wasted blood, sweat for this party that is in power. But all this party does, ostracize people, work with those who are just oriented to the thievery motive and notion, and leave all of Liberians out. And if it was not because of Weah, if it was not because of a George Weah, a peaceful George Weah, but now the whole country are going to be upside down because Liberians are angry. Look, what is being experienced, I don't know for other parts of the country. I'm not an expert in financial monetary issues. Neither do I claim or wanting to pretend to be. But we are based on a little knowledge with 203, 204 economics, we are experiencing deflation. The pecunia is not a the goose wasting the pecunia is not available. The money not available, the goose wasting. And I can call deflation. I know some of the economic gurus, Martin Collins will call. You can put jokers in power, criminals, with accolades. You dress them and bring them to power, and they are hurriedly in rush, like they are addicted to drug and hurriedly milking the country and just looting everything the hand get on, you say Liberians will sit. So Mayor Koji is saying to you, Thomas Father, go sleep. Start getting prepared to go back on the playing field. Because you don't have the capacity, you don't have the ability, you don't have the means to become what you are today outside of government. That's why you are playing the Kekula Kpoturu, the place Sunshine Hankin share, because you don't want to go out of power. Because once you are out of power, there will be no water factory, there will be no university, everything will go bankrupt. Because how do you manage? How do you manage? You are not able to manage. You are unable to manage. If you were somebody who is able to manage your life, you will have held onto whatever ill-gotten wealth you have already amassed under your control and use the deputy speaker position to leverage your influence. There is no need to mend fences with the Unity Party, even though the Unity Party not sent for you, but they get space for you. So I want to say to you, Thomas Farah, forget about 2020 now. And that thing where you can be doing with election time coming closer, they say, oh, reconcile with job we are like, hey, depending on we're watching. We see how it plays out. Like we are getting own decision, but we're watching to see it. So before we get to VP Kun, which will be anyway, I want to say this. Tomorrow I'll play the voice of the chairman of CDC, but the CDC under Chairman Janga Kowu have been very lukewarm. And what the CDC did today is what had been expected from every other opposition, political institution, or individual in the country. Because the CDC is the lead and major political opposition party in Liberia. So you cannot have the CDC quiet while excesses are being perpetrated against the Liberian people. So I appreciate the CDC and its chairman, Chairman Antonio Augusto Janga Kowu, that of the Secretary General, Jefferson Tamakoji, and the executive committee of our party. And big thank you to the political leader and the clear-hearted, the most clear-hearted in the entire African region, His Excellency Ambassador George Manasseh Egusi, legend, peculiar, perspicacious. We are thank you for the strong stance. These are things, these are positions we expect from the CDC. When the CDC do these things, it allow for the government to be in rush to correct wrongs. But when the CDC is sleeping, and the government under Bwaka have a blank check to just even work us and pick up Junkie Murray from the program and just carry in jail. Pick up Austin Kawa, carry on in jail because CDC sleeping. It happened before. But when the CDC woke up, the government knew that those SSCs were already being checked by serious-minded people. So that the CDC have started this. I'm encouraging the chairman of the party, the entire structure of the party, to make sure that these things are perennial so that the government keeps in her mind, headed by Mr. Bwaka, that this country was given to them to be changed for the better, because they said, you people, when you were in government, when you were in administration, when you were heading the governance of our country, you did this, you did that, and they were not in line with the law. They were not in line with making the lives of the people better. So that was the reason why the people gave it to them now. So it is onus on them to make it better. So now it is true the CDC will not be in a position to drive away investors, to harm our country and push our people to suffering like the Unity Party did, and they not gave the CDC chance. I agree to that, but the CDC will need to strategically and tactically come out once in a while in making sure that the Bwaka regime that only scarce forces from the CDC can be checked by these activities regularly. So I'm urging the CDC to continue this. It's good for the party, it's good for Liberia. And with these exercises, I think B. Martin and the government will send people to B. Martin and we'll start hearing some good talk. Yeah. So some of them they coming on our live, our live Facebook stream and insulting, but when you have lunatics, within the Unity Party, what do you expect? You do not expect intellectual exchange. No. All you expect is a one-sided casualty. So they'll always be, Unity Party will always be on the defensive. They'll always be there to provide I would say, justification to their actions. With the in government, the in opposition, because they have no agenda to push the lives of the people. Look at a young man. Comes under a serious platform and insults. You see? So this is the regime Bwaka have endorsed. This is the regime Bwaka is promoting. That's why when we are former president of this country, headed the country for 6 years, Bwaka supported Yeke Koluba, who today they are running after, and other people to continuously insult people who were making meaningful contribution to the country. So this is something that is a habitual delinquent from the angle of the Unity Party to insult and insult. And they don't have anything to say when they hear, they overlook the CDC when they hear these intellectual giants, breaking them down and making Bwaka to look like, Zelensky. Not the time he's president, but at the time he used to be on the podium and talking some, funny things for people to laugh. So they think that these minds, these, open minds and light would not have come from the level of the CDC. So when they come, they are not in a position, they are unbalanced. We already, we hit them hard. So they don't have balance. We create that imbalance where they slipping. So to come back now, to counter, the only thing they are left with are insults. Because how do you expect this young man, in court, he said having good, how do you expect him to defend all the things that the CDC chairman spoke about today? Those excesses of Bwaka that the whole world can see. How do you expect this young man to defend? He has no clue. The only thing he will come and do will be to insult. But God be God, I'm from Maryland, Plebo Sorokan District. So I'm saying, Mr. Bwaka, the CDC have spoken. I don't think you need anybody to speak again. Politically, under the doctrine of the political rivalry in Liberia as to who be political party that should lead the country at what time and at what period. It is the CDC that is your only obstacle. God be God, God first. God is not here on earth here. It is only the CDC that is your stumbling block. It is only the CDC that comes out and outnumber you. So the CDC have spoken. So he can listen and level you. We'll play the voice of the chairman of CDC. And the CDC were also strong on the VP Kun discussion of laboratory resources. Look. The vice president here. Someday I can feel sorry for him. Jedi I can feel sorry for Tomo Fala. I don't mess with me, you feeling sorry for them. No, I can feel sorry for them because they are on momentary enjoyment. Look, you vice president of the country, you got one principal guiding tool that allows your functioning, and to the extent that you have too much restrictions in regards to your position, because your position is as crucial as anyone may think. And you passing around the place can be discussing mineral resources, discussing the vice president of the country. Article 51 provides for the vice president to be president of the Senate and provides or preside over its deliberations. I may not be verbatim because I'm not looking at it. President of the Senate and provides, let's say, preside over its deliberations, meaning he's a presiding officer of the Senate. Assists the president in the discharge of his or her duties and functions. So the vice president cannot be discussing matters that have to do with presidential power. We continue to tell that Bwaka is a weakling, and some of you refuse to understand from whence we are coming. Bwaka will be looking at one Jeremiah Kun, a Bakuda. Just listen here.
And I was elected duty as a senator. You gave me confirmation power. But I'm coerced to confirm people. So with people who say that the vice president and myself will not work together, I think the vice president doesn't want to work with me. I want to say clearly to the public so they can understand. We have been subject. They counted on my name screen last. And I was they counted on my name screen.
I think the vice president don't want to work with me. So let me make it clear to the people. That vice president is talking about passing all around the place. You do not have any legislative power, with the exception of presiding over the Senate. Presiding over the Senate, signing onto laws that have been passed on in legislature assembled, attending all cabinet meetings, and doing activities, functions that are dedicated to you by the president. You are not clothed with the authority to go discuss our mineral resources, the thing that what we're depending on. You know, the vice president can be making me vex to the extent that just saying vice president, so yeah, he's occupying that office. The vice president not acting in vice president position. Yeah, the has see. He really acting in vice president position because that cloud, that flag, the swag of being a vice president is not being exerted. He's just being, oriented with the pony rabbit thing. He wants to be all here, there, and taking everything for himself. And the fact that this man, this same vice president,
they counted on my name screen last, and I was elected due.
The same vice president is being spoken of like this, in this manner, as a divisive person, someone who is segregative, as somebody who is not unifying in his activities. The vice president of the country is being spoken of like this by his kingsmen. The vice president of the bureau.
The counting of my nation last, and I will elected you as a senator. You gave me confirmation power, but I'm coerced to confirm people. So with people who say that the vice president and myself will not work together, I think the vice president doesn't want to work with me. I want to say it clearly to the public so they can understand. We have been subjected like a bare ball, and I Samuel Kuga not going to accept that. Once I was elected as a senator of the country, I must be given the opportunity to recommend my citizen. It is my fiduciary responsibility. I can't sit now, a group of citizens crying on me for a job. Then one individual supersedes everything he does, the country work, he does the nation work. Then who am I? If a vice president goes to the president, they say, well, Nima Kandi and my country live with me. I don't cut to say, teamwork, he will listen to him. But in my mind, the vice president should reciprocate. He has more that he can go to the vice president or the president to say that anything that has to do, please refer to me. Equally so. When we make recommendations, it should be accepted as a legislator of the country. Then show good faith. But you cannot be the only one that will take the shot. Then we live on a wayward. No, I don't think that's the proper way for us to go. And ask Samuel Kuga will not accept it. I can tell you for free. Where the period of time that the Liverpool elected me for, the time elapsed, and they want to take their job, fine. But the Liverpool know that I'm somebody who is a straight talker, and they know that I can defend them, fine. I don't think that is the way we're supposed to go. We need to respect each other in this country. Politics should not be because I got the upper hand, so therefore I can suppress anybody. No, for me, I'm a water. When you tie me on the other side, I can bust another way to make way for me to live. And what I'm saying here is what's happening. It's not secret. The vice president is listening to people that all that man there pretty soon he will be vice president running me to somebody. So he believes in it. Maybe he want to elevate me. My disappointment is number one. Now the vice president often tell me since he got a seat as vice president, how many persons have I recommended in this government to serve in the government as presidential appointee? 0. Every appointment in Nima Kandi was done by him. He and I will discuss something as a brother. To implement it, you will bypass me and do different things. I better keep it. I don't talk on it. Look at what happened in this number 5. If my brother sincerely want to work with me, he's not listening to gossip. And we're working in harmony with respect to each other. You don't think he's supposed to call me and say, my man, the election here. Why you're thinking? Because you are the one over there. Anybody like regular man, I will declare support for that person. It's a dumb deal for me to knock my chest in the district and say, we're carrying the person. And the vice president said, no objection. The senator who came from there, the senator of the country said that the person, one a party mandate will support the person. But on the contrary, that we agree on something, you deviated from it. If I had gone already to challenge that I will support a Augustine Mekwa by all means, or I will support Bori Badie by all means, openly declare, and he's supporting Koto, how the world will look at us. So as an elderly person, I decided to waive everything and say I will not do it. I will be neutral.
The vice president I'm talking about yesterday, Samuel Kuga talking, senator of Nima County. I mayor girl as vice president. Everything manipulating it, everything he won't be inside, all over the place. He can't get a chance. He won't be to appointment hero. The vice president won't be there when a company will come to Liberia. The vice president won't be involved with every other discussion regarding Liberia because in feed a vice president. Then Bwaka is sitting there. Why? Jeremiah Kun is consolidating power. Who is Jeremiah Kun in the governance structure to be debating resources issue? Jeremiah Kun is only a helper. Jeremiah Kun is only a packer waiting to be authorized to move. I think in this line, President Bwaka have given this brother some opportunities, but that he is excessively greedy because he have been given opportunity to sell a yellow machine thing, all that the Koyokaya thing and a different thing. But based on the too much greediness of this brother, he wants to be in everything. He won't be here, there, and be taken from everywhere, which is wrong, which is not a good thing. This is not a good thing. The vice president should not be speaking on our resources. Oh, Mr. Bwaka is sending the vice president in front of Habian. You won't say Wonogisi. You won't say other places around it. Look, we first of all want to see a serious government. We will now start to initiate critical stance in regards to documents going at the legislature for approval, because those things affect the lives of our people. We can't continue to sit to say we want to wait until 2029 before actions are taken. In the interim, actions can be taken based on our consistency. Based on our consistency. This vice president is going overboard. This vice president has to be brought to check. This is the same vice president. Information reaching me. And Intel allegedly is with a conference idea from Kofi Woods and Mr. President Joe Bwaka are intending to steal the election from we are, because they are aware that even unity partisans who don't have job, some of them even that are jobbing, but the government lied to them, their salaries can be increased because it was a program monitored by the International Monetary Fund and the IMF. Let's say the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank and other international financial institutions. They cannot increase the salaries of those who said we are harmonize our pay, our salary will harmonize a vote, with the expectation that Bwaka and Kun would have stepped up their salaries. Not knowing Bwaka and Kun were already aware that this was a practice to stabilize our economy on a standard that will help facilitate, the global standard in terms of how the world economy is circulated. So IMF is involved to evolve all of those things that will have to do with people peddling influence there that could make monies to be outside of the economy, outside of the circular flow. People will be hoarding the money. There could be financial money laundering, terrorist financing, financial missteps, all those things that will cripple the economy and bring problem to the economy. They were there, those international partners were there to make sure that everything is done and put in the rightful perspectives. But Bwaka lied to the people here in Kun that they will have increased the people pay. So the people are disenchanted, they are disillusioned that these people lie to us, these people cannot be trusted, and the evidence is just so pervasive that they themselves leading the government, they are aware that we are the next president of the country. So the Kofi Wu, the Bwaka, and Kun, they say, all that thing that you're for me, you start joking. That's why could you even reminding Tom Farah, you lead that thing. You lead that thing, you go sleep. That's the only thing we got to be vigilant in the last 3 years because you're risky, you want to everything. That one part I'll say to everybody, whether you from the party or you from, we got to be vigilant and risky on the roads. These thieves, they are capable of doing anything, of taking everything from you. So you have to open your eyes. Kun now talking about resources. I know when he became president, what they want to do. I know Baka want to resign, make Kun president. All other things and the plenty, small, they coming out, they see what Kun was confessing. Solomon Job in it. And Thomas Farah, I want to remind you before I go to the lines. Think about your man solo. SO. You're 14 about SO. Never you pay good for evil. If you do that, you create your own dooms. That's my advice to your for the Blue Army leader, Tomo Panga Farah. The young people still waiting you. The young people used to call you campaign Farah. Are you talking to that? Stop, man, Tifa. So I will go to the lines and take calls on 077 6104 104, 0776 104 104, 086 500 104, 086 500 104. Our desperate callers, you can call us because it can be tough for you to call, but the numbers or the number for you to call, particularly our desperate callers, you can call us or call me on +231 86 500 104 +231 86 500 104. I take this first call online one. Hello, your name, you joining me from where? Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you for the analysis. I listen to what all the recording you play. The thing is not strange to all. We tell the people that even at the Makande, people are not together there. But you know, my brother, he a lot to the woman. But it will be a day with lot to the woman too much. When she fell without lying now. Then he come from West or whatsoever he do, he come from there, he said, tomorrow I come and get 10,000 now. She will not believe it because she know he been lying to her. And you come here, what happening? You know, the same people that live lying to all our brother were telling them for time to time, from 2020, 2021, 2022, they say, oh, you're lying. People lie to them until they get power. You know, you're not allowed to maintain the power. What like your man going to start facing confidence? Yes. So now the one come as a brother. For me, I'm working with it. Or you know the Palestinian tell me, I can't allow you more. I'll official them. Come on, my brother, look at the party record. We pass on, just say the time they pay for them first. Ruling party, look at the party record. We pass on, just say the time they pay for them. You know, so the man, yeah, and the party for all. When they pray, our bigger prayer, they will safety. The same way our public power, the same way the public will take power. You like it, you know, like a breakthrough, you know, for when you compare. So thank you for the show. Now God bless that more.
Thank you. I'll leave him there and go to line 2. Hello, your name and you joining me from where?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Who you're for? Yeah, you're for.
Let's forget
what you're for.
Yeah, let's forget what they forget what Jovia did. Let's forget what else. I'm gonna say this
Okay. Hey, my ear boss. Aye.
Mr. Morris.
Welcome. Your name, you joining me from where?
This is Matt with recording from PhD from USA.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Yes. Let us wait 4 years. If they prove for him, let him wait. Because there's great patterning for him. He will go back on the plenty. He will go back on the
see there, Georgia, mo go back is there. We in the one we back is there. We will back some of our. Then we party our own system. In the old there, but how we do some of our. But I just who are here to say that just like you want to a more fun. In missing a man, what we did some of our. We were saying that he did for the we took it with the one lady. We don't want to keep for the plenty. We go again up. So become representative. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I'll leave you there and go to line 3. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, brother?
By God Almighty grace, I am doing well.
Okay. I tell you, thank you very much for the platform going on, and I listen to Mr. Farah this morning. And then I really feel bad and weak into Mr. Farah because we do expect Mr. Farah to behave as he behaves. But we just want to tell him, say, let him weak. Let him just do what he wants to do. But you will see 2029. We will retire him. He will not do nothing in life.
Thank you. I'll leave you there and go to line 4. Hello, this caller.
Thank you. Johnson, this is
Edmond, welcome. The visually impaired for We Are's return.
Thank you. And I have a new title there again. I'm part of the concern Liberia for Justice. These are the injustices that we are preaching against. This morning I was following other institutions, and one of my guys called me, Father is on OKFM. I said, man, I don't let you listen to that guy. I don't let you listen to him. So I went there, and then at that time, Clarence asked Tomo Fala to do memory lane. You see, we've been hearing that other story, how you begin representing whether you're on a friend. So can you do a memory lane for us? Hey, my brother. Tomo Fala did memory lane. He could not mention the name CDC. The man say you want to play fee, he was influential, and because he was influential, the guy made him the chairman of the play fee, and from there to the side, they said, make a phone to go become representative.
I remember that.
I remember that. Go back there, you won't listen to him. I felt so disappointed. Why? My friend should encourage me to listen to Tomo Fala. He never mentioned anything about CDC, no George, we are. Amen.
He is an ingrate. He is an ingrate. He is a classified ingrate.
Yes. So I know the general was looking. So now he comes to talk about, President, we have to run to the 29. He should be telling why can't to run to the 29. Because President, we are a safe and okay, mentally, health-wise, everything is physically safe to be part of the 2029 election. They are person bracket that they are pushing. They are not sure of his 2029. All of that now, they can come sit on the radio in cars. When they are leaving the radio, when they are going in their left corner, they are worrying whether Bracket will be able to take them to 2029. He is the one going to be telling him to go sit down and forget about the presidency so that they can put somebody else there so that we can see. Because as he has left the country, he has just gone for another advanced treatment. Nothing he going for. I'm listening to we were not worried about him. Okay? Although we're not in a district, but we will be here, we will be there, we'll be telling them who Tomo Fala is. For Tomo Fala to achieve his achievement, go first at the expense of sedition. The late Omar that studied Opportunity Green, she was able to stay in the land because CDC rather than to do so. You got to get your memory. You could not remember CDC. Good on to you, brother. We wish you well.
Yeah.
Okay? And then when it comes to this Nima County thing, look, the guys are unnecessarily fighting what they are not supposed to be fighting for, especially the vice president. You know, the way you win that brother is desperate. You don't think that the political life would be like some people. They wanted all. At the end, they will be senator. You begin one senator. From senator, you are vice president. Alone, you are waiting and waiting for your turn and waiting for the Liberian people. Gradually, you will be going out. But he came with the ambition of shortcutting the presidency. But the old man is dosing himself with medicine and denying of this shortcutting the presidency. He is frustrated, so who now he will press his frustration on? Is the brother that was speaking just now. Okay? So they were going to fight among themselves, and that's what we love. And then fight a only between he and the senator. And only because the senator needs to function as the senator of the country. You should function as the vice president of the country. But the whole God thing, that is the one that brings the problem between them.
Emoka,
When you hear, yeah?
I think it's wise, based on trending national issues, to sit with me on Wednesday. Let's cross-pollinate on these issues for Liberians to have an understanding of what's going on around them. Okay, so we arrange that then on Wednesday. You can sit with me for an hour.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Emoka, I'll leave you there and go back to line 1. This caller, your name, and you joining me from where?
Yes, Mr. Johnny Morris, this is Shari. We are from Pastor.
You go ahead from Grand Bassa County, specifically Buchanan?
Yeah, Buchanan City, District 3.
Okay, I think there were Sensi Masale, where you from? No, Sensi Masale is from Cape Mount. Sensi Masale is from Cape Mount. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Johnny Morris, let me comment for the topic on discussion.
Yeah, quickly, no time now.
Yeah. Pastor, but you see, when it comes to the common fella, man, that it's an English because you know the problem there, common fella, then they're only protecting the job because the job that he's doing is protecting the show that why he want to denigrate CBC, but we don't want to make it. Common fella will get to know in 2029, you will receive the slap of all year. And he will not come out to CBC say you reconcile because when you say you reconcile, I think it won't join that in the home. So thank you this afternoon.
Thank you. I'll leave you there. The lines are just bustling. Hello.
I see joking.
Yeah, the general. Okay, I think I'll pick up the referral call. Welcome. Welcome. How was the weekend?
How was your weekend, Pastor?
Yeah, by God's grace, man, CC, I'm guarded. I was great.
On the show.
Yeah.
What's going on? You're not telling all the truth. What's going on?
No, but I've held Austin here on Thursday. Austin spoke with you. Austin is okay. What's happening here? You know, Austin is running after some issues that have to do with improving the show. No Pawakpa. But any Pawakpa general, you people will be the first people to be singing out.
All right. So, Pastor Johnson said it all. I've been following the show since today. There is no protest, there's no FIFA. Then my brother put my son put it will be history of leaving that parliament. Because he belongs there. They know who was standing playing this country. When you see, they're looking fun. Then when you're not in the parliament, there you were looking. That we are going to the parliament, going to the CDC, and today we say it's a money that is a rich guy. He's putting for how we are. It's not about how we are. It's somebody to put up on just man we are. In who? They can go member of this and who? You should think, you shouldn't forget the memory, you should think where he came from. The people, we must think where he came from. You will never listen to the nobody new people that just got going to power. And for him, I say up for FIFA. So then I have reached him on thing when the finish that job. I have ready to go ahead.
So
I will tell you, going to live now. Going to live now. But get your living.
So Masisi, he asked Solomon Joe. Oh, making flower with you. I say he asked Solomon Joe.
Solomon Joe is Solomon Joe is something me on his birthday. They claim they say they're on social media. It's something we are something me, something me and the love member of this state. Something man. Why is it today? The promising job that will get you should go and stop we are. He said no. He couldn't say no. But because you were so greedy, you went for who years and big money. 2 days time, you go. Who are the people that are outside?
We'll still moving. We'll still maintaining.
You want 12 years, nothing. You put your money in red bank. You want to bring but then we are not giving you money. After you for 12 years, you pay 12,000 a month. Not year for month. You know what is that? Pay for girlfriend. You even get one kitchen. You get it. So they make for people. You get gifts of God. For CDC, left government. Before all the resources today, you want to pay that we are. But people are party headquarters. What I want to follow that 2 rooms and 1 law. But this one is here story. To consider to the now. But you don't see. That parliament you live and they will get it for you. Your work program, all of you get. That vanity, it will go. Yeah, look at your friend that passed out today. You were confessing. You get to the medley and the medley.
Yeah, Lee.
You're going to wrong. You're going to wrong. Yeah, they do that, man. I know do you. Therefore, you see that the group are protecting you. Therefore,
That was the general. That was the general Mansisi. Hello.
yes, thank you, Morris. Good evening to you.
Hussein Kiau, quickly, 30 seconds.
Yes, but anyway, everyone took most of the time.
I know that Emma and Mansisi you want to well Hussein Kiau go ahead.
Yeah, so thank you for the show. Anyway, first of all, let me just make a very short correction. Look, when I listened to you, said the vice president is in all of the corridors trying to do things. In fact, when you read the Constitution, it's the president who assigned the vice president to carry on functions. So all of those functions of recent
Hussein Kiau listen to the senator from
people
Nima.
who saying that the vice president and myself will not work together. I think the vice president doesn't want to work with me. I want to say clearly to the public so they can understand. We have been subjected.
So Hussein Kiau, I was only playing the voice of Senator Samuel G. Koga for you to understand what I was re-emphasizing. Senator Samuel G. Koga is saying over and over, I played this, the whole world have heard that Vice President Kun wants to be the one calling the shots everywhere. The man said it. He even said that he confirms people under inducement and under coercion. So I'm not the one saying that.
Yeah, so I would agree with you in a life. But he Koga does not even understand the politics of Nima, not the politics of Liberia. So you know that the vice president cannot overfunction. Any sound of that, you know, it sounds like he's trying to override, right, and go far beyond his band. So this is why the president, in his good way of leadership, he's trying to assign different functions to him so that he can function. He cannot be an old car park that he said. So he can function because he is the president of the Liberian Senate. He just resigned. He does not.
Hello. By God's grace, I'm great. How everything?
Yeah.
Hello. 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 Okay. I call us straight from the line. I think he was pushed out by another call. Hello. Amen. Hello. The calls are too much. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I was squeezing 3 more calls. Hello.
Hello, President.
How are you?
Okay, with Chief Answer.
By God, Almighty grace, I'm guarded. Your name is joining me from where?
Thank you so kind for the show, President, this evening. My name is Rufus and I get a conversation from the place where our people are fighting water from the Tunisian certificate and the Dosa. In the center of the crime community.
30 seconds, quickly.
Thank you. You said it all. Tomofala. We are not worried about Tomofala. We know how Tomofala get it well. We made Tomofala from CDC, made Tomofala. Tomofala came from the plain field. Our town, our living just with 5. We don't want to come back. We don't want to convince people in the 5 blocks. But then, Tomofala, George, we have made Tomofala in CDC, made Tomofala. You want to misbehave on the masses party. You should forget about Genghis Khan. You know the
discard. It told you we are told to not your ways come to power. It will show all of the property that in there will never those property will use it for the benefit of the Nigerian people. So then be sitting there talking trash with more copy our tail quarter in lawful error. Thank God you know that lawful error. There was a legal error. This will be a legal place where we will transform people's lives. Thank you so kindly for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you. I take this caller and squeeze in the last one. This call, your name, and you join me from where? No time, quickly.
Thank you for having me. My name is Victor P. Tabo, coming to New Sergeant Plate. I'll be joining you from Battery Factory to be precise. That we done.
Go ahead.
Brother, I have a different talk about the Vice President action and attitude that's been carrying on. He's just trying to tell the Nazi president, which is the commanding chief of this country, to do his piece of job that he was appointed to do. So I don't see anything wrong with the Vice President moving on there. Although someone may look at it and say he's trying to move faster, but Uncle Joe needs to wake up. He don't need to be sleeping.
Oh, so he's sleeping. He's sleeping. He's sleeping. So the Vice President is trying to proxy for him, right?
Yeah, that's what the man is doing.
Okay, so I'll leave you there and squeeze in this last call. Then I will call you a day. Honorable Job Morris is on my back to carry you for the rest of the night. This call, your name, and you join me from where?
Yeah, my name is Vanny Kiadi. 1 million we are sent. Follow up Abraham Gordon William. Thank you, brother, and talking much.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for your topic on the discussion, Bro Murray. You know, Bro Murray, let me tell you today, this government, they are not in the interest of Liberian people. I was listening to you that you were discussing about Kema, where I hear from. I'm Morris Vanny Kiadi. I hear from Grand Kema County. Go and see the masses, the suffering of the people. Go see the kind of mineral the people are taking from Grand Kema County today. You will feel sorry for the people. You will see that the people are living in abject poverty. The people are hungry in Grand Kema County. One brother was telling me that a Turkish man left from Turkey, he came in Liberia. He don't know how to drive a yellow machine. He was teaching the man what they were paying, the people paying the man peanut.
Look at that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're paying him peanut. Then he teaching the man that he was teaching, the man taking millions of dollars. You see that kind of thing? The man was talking the war in the car. The man was telling me. So you see the kind of suffering that we, the Liberian people, are going through. I telling people for now, 15 years from now, came out with collapse because the kind of equipment, the kind of thing that the people using in Grand Kema County, the people get using Grand Kema County, they're just taking the mineral from the people from the country. No health care, nothing at the car. I go sick to that place, they clean it and to enjoy when they carry me to that clinic. I tell you, between God and man, I pay $8,000 to transport myself from the distance that I had to come to that place. It was not small thing. Serious thing.
Okay.
So when you down there, for you to get sick, pray to God don't get sick, because when you get sick, forget it. Your own finish. That the kind of living that we are living in the people are living in Grand Kema County. So thank you, brother.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands.
And so, yes.
Come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah?
Freedom Hard Talk, Freedom FM 87.9. And that's how I call it a day. To all of you that try calling, those that called in and could not make it for their calls to be accepted, those that call and give different views, our critics, supporters, and particularly our diaspora listeners and all of our listeners around the country. My name is Junkies Morris, and I want to say bye-bye from my end. I'll be with you here tomorrow, same time, same station, to present to you a new fascinating Tuesday, April 14 edition of the program Freedom Hard Talk. here on Freedom FM 87.9. Bye-bye.
Why we voted you, but you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.